The late astrophysicist Carl Sagan and the late philosopher Einar Hansen both raised an objection that many skeptics today use as an argument to the problem of divine hiddenness against God's existence. There are variations of these objections, but they go a little bit something like this. Why didn't God just put a glowing cross on the sky to prove he exists? Or shape the stars in the night to write, God exists? I'm going to work from the possible scenarios that these signs was to be strong and clear, and not like the vague star patterns we can see in the night sky today. So, if God do exist, why didn't he put a cross or words in the sky to prove that to us? Let the refutation video begin.
Let's do this.
Now, let's start with the scenario that God puts a glowing cross on the sky, or wrote God exists with the stars on the night sky, or something of that sort, just for the individual alone. I think it's not controversial to say that such scenario is what would get most skeptics, not all, but most skeptics, to be skeptic about themselves and their own eyes and head, as if they have become mentally unstable or having a hallucination.
What would persuade you?
Well, I'm starting to think nothing would. Even if there was this booming voice and the second coming in clouds of glory, the more probable explanation is that it's a hallucination or a conjuring trick by David Copperfield or something.
Or thinking that some naughty organized Christians were putting up a hologram or something.
Bottom line!
Either one of these, cross or words, such personal experience of a phenomena in the sky for an individual alone would be easy to deflate as something non-divine by both yourself and others.
I don't buy it.
So then, let's move on to deal with scenarios where such phenomena would be available for everyone in the whole world to see. Let's start first with the scenario that a cross was to be seen on the sky from before our modern time. I think this will be very easy to explain with something like the Romans took inspiration from that cross shape on the sky to design a torture device in honor of their gods or something. Or it was the Christians that just took that cross-looking phenomenon on the sky and connected it to their God, or something else of that sort. I mean, if something like that was clear on the sky throughout human history from ancient times, there would be many stories and religions connected to that cross-looking thing on the sky, for sure. Such phenomena could also probably be dismissed by many as being older than the time of Jesus as well, even if it wasn't. I mean, you get the idea. A sign like this really wouldn't be a game changer at all. But what about the phenomenon in the sky, or stars spelling something like God exists? Okay, which language was God supposed to pick and write this in the sky for all mankind to see? English?
Do you speak any English?
The earliest form of English popped up in the 5th century, so whatever written in the sky wouldn't have its meaning until around then either. So what about in Hebrew? Would a phenomenon in the sky with this word formation, claimed by an ancient people group, convince you of being a sign from God? Yeah, no, me neither. Not really unlikely at all that at least one ancient people group attributed a phenomenon in the sky of such word formation to be a sign from their God, and even make it a part of their own language to mean something like that kind of wording. Doesn't matter if it popped up in recent times or if it had always been there. If a cross or word phenomena was accessible to NASA for investigation today and made up of stars or gases in space, it would be exactly that for most skeptics. A natural, explainable phenomena that looked like a cross, or spelled God exists, in one language. One language. Let's say it spelled that in the Norwegian language. Would that convince and impress you, atheist in USA? And even if a cross or word phenomena on the sky was located too far out in space for adequate research, natural theories would be on the table, even if it appeared to be completely unique. That wouldn't prove anything. Science knows, for example, also very little about quantum mechanics and gravity, so this wouldn't be a first. There's a lot more that could be said on the argument from divine hiddenness, but I have addressed this in other videos as well. So check out, for example, this video link in the description box below. The point of this video was to refute these common objections we hear today from this argument, popularized by Sagan and Hansen. Now, they may have some rhetoric to them in the moment, but if taking some time to digest and think logically about them, from all the scenarios and angles mentioned in this refutation video,
Not good enough.
Not good enough!